going on, everybody? UODuckBros here, back with another video. Not going to be taking too many shots at people today. Well, okay, I take that back. We're going to do plenty of that. But
that's right.
The focus of today's video, obviously, anybody that focuses on the world of college football knows exactly what happened today. Oregon unveiled the brand new football facilities center that they've been building for quite some time. I mean, you guys just saw the video there. And I don't really know if I can say anything that the video didn't just tell you.
I could say a lot, actually.
Well, I'll let you then. I'm going to drink my beer that was made
in Oregon. To be honest with you, this here is whatever arms race that was going on prior to today has just been blown out of the water. So we're looking at, we're talking 145,000 square foot facility, cutting edge, state of the art.
Everything.
Everything is new. Everything is shiny. Everything has an Oregon touch on it. As a matter of fact, actually, I was looking at Alabama's new facilities that they just unveiled last week. Their new locker rooms.
Pretty cool looking. I'll give you that.
You know, not bad. I was actually really impressed with, the things that they had done, the locker rooms. I still felt that our two-story locker room was better, but I felt like Alabama was really closing the door on, or at least closing in on a lot of things, but, and then today happened.
That literally put the end of the race right there.
I don't really know if there's anybody in college football that can come close to this. I really don't.
Because
maybe Texas.
They have a lot of money.
They do. The Texas Longhorn Network could generate the money to make that happen, and their facilities are already pretty sweet anyway.
Oklahoma State, T. Boone Pickens has a lot of oil money. A lot.
I think just the interest today that he made alone is more than I'll ever make in my lifetime.
He probably made more in a second than I will in my life, yeah.
But really, after that,
I don't
know.
I don't want to throw it out there, but I'm going to throw it out there. Washington has a lot of money. Only if Bill Gates or Paul Allen decides to do something, which he probably won't. He's not taking jack shit's worth of interest in the Blazers, so I don't know. Or even the Mariners, really. He's not really taking much interest in that either. So,
let's be honest. Has he really taken any
interest in anything?
In anything other than, I think, the Seahawks?
No,
not really.
But that's where his focus is. His focus isn't on Washington football, and that's why I don't think we're not really going to see a whole lot out of that.
We're not going to talk about Washington football anymore.
I know. Anyway. I already started throwing up in my brain before I even got further into that. So back to the real stuff here.
So, as you saw in the video, which I think the video does much more justice than any of the stilled photos that were released on Twitter and Facebook today. What can you say? These are absolutely jaw-dropping. If you're a Duck fan, holy smokes, this is the pinnacle. I know I'm excited.
I didn't even think that we could go to this level. Like, we already had state-of-the-art everything anyways, and we just went above and beyond the expectations of what we already had. It's wild.
The arm race in the Pac-12 was starting to heat up as it was. You saw Cal upgraded their stadium and their facilities. Arizona did the same. Utah was doing it. Washington is going to unveil their new stadium here on August 29th against Boise State, which was pretty impressive. But just when you thought Oregon was done, here we are. You can call us whatever you want. You can call us Uncle, Nike U. You can, say Uncle Phil is our sugar daddy or whatever. We've heard every single thing you could possibly say. But the idea here is that no matter how much hating you want to do about this, if you were in our shoes and you had a booster like Phil Knight, you would be saying the same thing to everybody else. It's just something you're going to have to accept. He may not like it, but, he's turned Oregon from a mediocre program that nobody knew about to a program now that's a perennial powerhouse. And, yeah, we don't have any national titles yet, but I think there's going to be some of that here pretty soon, probably even this year.
They have a good shot at it, at the very least.
You know, we're gonna be in the conversation, and whether you guys think we're a flash in the pan or not, I don't think we are. I think this just goes to show you that we're here to stay, and that we mean business, and that we're going after recruits. And
not to mention this, as far as like recruiting is concerned, especially now that, you know, Oregon is off the hook, and you can say whatever you want about that, whether you think that Uncle Phil paid them off or whatever. I don't care.
I don't care.
He doesn't care. Nobody in the state of Oregon cares. The fact is that we were
minus Beaver fans.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, they definitely care.
Minus the Beaver fans.
Yeah.
But they don't count.
Oregon was proved innocent. Whether you choose to believe that was legit or not, it doesn't matter. So the biggest thing now is that these facilities are going to be a monstrous recruiting tool. I mean, any recruit that walks into that building and sees that is going to have his jaw on the floor. And that's going to make a big difference. You're going to see that Oregon's going to be picking up a lot more of those, you know, 4- and maybe 5-star recruits that they weren't getting beforehand, because facilities, whether you want to make the argument that that doesn't necessarily mean very much or not, it totally does.
Well, just look at the college landscape. You know, you can say there are very few teams anymore, even, you know, the Ohio States, the Michigans, the USCs, you know, the Alabamas of the world, even Alabama with all this success that they're having, which is, you know, you can't argue that they're killing it, but they even realize the importance of recruiting and facilities. They understand that not just the name alone gets you the recruits. You need to have the facilities, you need to have the uniforms, because that's what kids care about. You can say whatever you want, winning championships, that's great. But what ultimately gets a kid to your school a lot of times isn't just the fact that you win championships or that your name is Alabama, because let's face it, recruiting in Tuscaloosa is like recruiting in Eugene. It's not a primary destination for kids to go. There's no beaches. There's, you know, none of that stuff. It's not a major city. So you have to get creative. And even Alabama, with all their success, has had to be creative, and they understand that they're doing things that, you know, needs to be done to stay relevant, besides just, you know, I mean, I can't say they're not relevant, because they definitely are.
You have to accommodate your players.
Right.
You have to give those kids a reason outside of just the football aspect of things. You got to let them know, hey, if you're going to come here, we're going to take care of you, and we're going to give you everything that you want and then some.
And so it's no longer just about the name. It's no longer about just the helmet or the jersey that used to be all you needed to recruit a kid was the tradition. Now you need the jerseys, the helmets, the facilities, the stadium, all of the amenities. And I think Oregon, by far today, has just created a gap about a mile wide.
I mean, at this point, really what you're seeing a lot of schools doing is they're doing all the things that Oregon has done to try to catch up, and it's kind of calling the kettle black to say staying relevant, because everybody in their own sense is relevant, but they're doing things. I mean, you're seeing schools now doing the chrome helmets that Oregon did in the Rose Bowl a couple years ago. You're seeing all the jersey upgrades that even like your traditional schools like Notre Dame were doing, that, you know, they always had the same jerseys and the same whatever, but you get to the point where when you're getting schools like Oregon that have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of different combinations, and kids like that. The kids like change. You're seeing that everybody's kind of going that way now. Like, you're finding, you know, even like the gloves that, you know, the Alabama had unveiled. I mean, Oregon had done that beforehand, but you're seeing just like little itty bitty.
It's all the nuances, really.
Yeah, it's all the visual changes.
I mean, I was just looking on Twitter just a little bit ago, and there's all these new concepts for, you know, Wisconsin and Florida State with their gold-plated shoes, and, you know, all of these
Wisconsin with their new helmet idea,
which is god awful.
No kidding. Oh my god. Northwestern new helmets, pretty sick actually.
Missouri's got new helmets. Those are pretty dope looking.
Most of which are Nike schools.
Exactly.
And a lot of these schools that are getting new helmets done are getting them done, but what's the name of that company again?
HGI Graphics, which is actually out of Beaverton, Oregon, I believe.
So once again, you're welcome.
It's just one of those things where you are noticing more and more. Everybody is noticing. I mean, Oregon's made it impossible not to notice
this stuff.
I mean, we've made this a market, a brand for years. This is how we've had to innovate.
At least about 10 years. I mean, we started doing the heavy jersey changes and little stuff like that ever since about 2001 when Joey Harrington was there. That's when you started seeing the jersey thing starting.
The helmets, the paint.
When we started doing it, I mean, there's kind of the god awful moment when we kind of did like the weird diamond plate thing. I didn't like it. I know some people liked it, but I didn't like it.
That's the trial and error that you have with being innovative is you try things that work, they fail. You try things that are great, they look awesome, you look like a genius. But regardless of what you say about Oregon's history of uniforms, some of them were mistakes, some of them weren't. But the fact of the matter is that Oregon has changed the landscape of college football, and you're seeing it across the board. And we just had to make a video. We're excited. I know a lot of Duck fans are excited, and we hope
even for people that are fans of other teams, like just looking at these facilities, whether you hate Oregon or you like them, it's completely awesome. Like this is what technology has even like evolved into. Like this type of stuff is actually able to happen, and it's freaking awesome, really.
I'm just it's an exciting time to be a Duck fan. We've gone through our lumps. We aren't fair weather fans. We've been fans of Oregon since we were really, really little kids. I mean, you're either groomed in this state to be a Duck fan or a Beaver fan. That's just the way that it is.
Either that or you move out of the state and you turn into somebody else.
I was born during the year of the Toilet Bowl, which was a 0-0 tie against Oregon State. So I know what it means to suffer being a Duck fan also. And I am totally, at this point where we are today, I never would have dreamed we'd be here. But we're here. We're enjoying it. This is just another phase in an amazing chapter of an amazing ride of Oregon football. So we hope you guys enjoy the video.
We'll be back with more stuff. We're going to keep new videos coming all the way up until the season starts and through the season. Like we said, we're going to be doing videos for every week of the season. And if other like important stuff comes up, we'll talk about that too.
So until then, have a great week, everybody. And as always, go Ducks.
Go Ducks. Good beer.
Go Rogue Dead Guy beer.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That's the stuff.